Play everything now! What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Judgment Zone. And today we're going to lay the final judgment on the ranking of the Evil Dead series. We all know that the new Evil Dead is coming out April 21st this year, 2023. It is titled Evil Dead Rise. For those that did not know, there were 4 films that came out prior. And today we are going to rank those 4 movies, starting with the least to the best. Now, disclaimer, I enjoyed all of these films, but, rankings and judgment must be cast down. So starting in the number 4 position, we have Army of Darkness. Back to do battle with the hideous dead bites, Bruce Campbell returns to the role of Ash the handsome, shotgun-toting, chainsaw-armed department store clerk from S-Mart's Hardware's division. Demonic forces time warp him and his 73-year-old Oldsmobile into the Dark Ages, where he romances a beauty and faces legions of the undead. Let me just say that this movie is lunacy. Although I enjoyed it, it was comedy. Too much comedy, not enough horror. And that was the drawback for this film. Straight lunacy. This is a film that relies on the balance of, for the most part, of dark humor and horror. And this one had no horror. It was all comedy, hit and miss. But there was also classic lines in this film. There was no gore, if gore is what you're looking for. Poor animation with the skeletons and so forth. The least favorite of the film, but still nonetheless an enjoyable film for the outlandishness that it provides. Stepping into the number 3 position, Evil Dead, the original. More than 35 years ago, a low-budget horror movie roared across movie screens and changed the velocity of fear forever, and made a cult legend out of Bruce Campbell in his iconic role as the lethal, wisecracking Ash Williams. Now, this is coming in at the number 3 position because this, to me, was a very low-budget film, and it showed in every way. It presented great ideas. It was a great vision for the future, but I don't think it was executed that well as far as the quality aspect is concerned. But it did give us the base character of Ash. We were introduced to Ash, and I can say that this film did a good job in that sense, and in also bringing in ideas that will be utilized better later on in other films. But this film is definitely a watch. If you just want to have a good laugh, you want to see the ridiculousness of bad low budget effects and all of that good stuff, you will definitely find your fair share in that film. But it is enjoyable for what it is. You'll laugh and you'll cringe at some of the bad effects and so forth. So coming in at the number 2 position, Evil Dead 2, number 2 position. What could I say about Evil Dead 2? Well, the reason why this is in the number 2 position and not the original, most people are like, how do you not like the original? Originals sometimes are not always the best films, ladies and gentlemen. Evil Dead 2 briefly gives you a synopsis of Evil Dead 1. And then after that, quick synopsis, which is good enough. It gets everything all put together in one ball and gives it to you. And then it rolls down the hill and continues the story. And so you have more comedy, you have more gore, you have better, effects. Still not the greatest effects, but you have better effects, and it's more of a grander movie. It's a bigger movie, and everything was just ramped up to the max. So I can definitely suggest you skipping the original and just watching Evil Dead 2 if you want to start from day one. The number 1 position, and this is a rarity, The Evil Dead 2013 remake. Very rare that you praise a remake of a movie, especially a cult classic. And this one was made and guided by the original people that were involved with the original. And this one takes it to the next level in every single way. Every single way. Granted, you're missing the slapstick humor, lines. They're not in there like Ash was presenting them in the other ones and Bruce Campbell was doing them, but it's all good because the actors in here did a great job. The story was good. The effects was good. The gore was almost so good, almost too good, that some people threw up. Some of this stuff you can't even watch. You got to cover your eyes. It's traumatic. And that's what a horror movie is supposed to do when you're dealing with this subject matter of gore. And it has this in spades. It has classic chainsaw work in there as well. I mean, my goodness, you're talking about Chainsaw Massacre level chainsaw wielding in this movie. The effects, I cannot say enough about the effects. This one takes the cake. It ramps it up in every way. It is a enjoyable film from the start to the ending, man. And I'm telling you, this is number one. That's the judgment. That is the judgment. If you disagree, leave in the comments. Let me know where you rank these movies. If you agree or you disagree, and let me know why. Make your decree. So they ended the series on a high note with this, and I can say that I have high hopes for Evil Dead Rise, coming out April 21st. So we'll see. It's either going to fall flat on its face or it's going to rise to the heavens and face the judgment of Play Everything Now. So anyway, guys, I will see you on the next video. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, the like button, and that notification bell so you don't miss a video, baby. Peace and be safe.